Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Illusion Fox Gaming. Today we're going to be doing the Final Fantasy XIV quest, Fishing for Confidence. So, Frithrik appears to have decided on his next project and the chance of involving fish are extremely high. You've come at a good time. I was telling me about a young woman stricken with the most unusual combination of symptoms. She's been having a frequent dizzy spells, much like I was, but if they weren't bad enough, there's something wrong with her eyes. The whites have gone all yellow. Yes, as far as I can tell, the dizziness is due to a certain thinness of the blood, while the discoloration is a sign of jaundice. She's been like this for a long time. She's understandably reluctant to go outside, which isn't doing her much good either. Is there something we can do for the lass? Well, those ancient tomes might have something to say on the matter. Follow me. I have a feeling we'll be needing your help too. Okay, so we're going to be fishing for now. Gotta go up. So up we go. The information we seek should be in this section. Would you mind checking over there? Bloody hell, so much for peace and quiet. What a surprise to see you here. I never pictured you as much of a reader. I'm here for my own enjoyment. After you, love, I thought you would have more sense than to throw in your lot with these two. For once in your life, would you shut up and listen? They're the reason why I'm up and walking again. Don't you see? Frithrik was right. Is that so? Be that as it may, we should have to leave healing the sick to the professionals. They've got their duties, we've got ours. Are you fishers or not? Can't both be true? He never was one for civilized debate, but he only wants what's best for our people, at least what he thinks is best at any rate. We're not long enough to remember the days when starvation was all too real a threat. That's why Marvel and the rest of the old guard are not like to agree with anything that might lead to fewer fish being caught. The younger ones will be more likely to support your cause, though. To be honest, I can't see your talk of balanced diets winning their support, but there must be a way to get through to them. I'm sure there'll be time to think about that once I've found a treatment for your friend. I appreciate what you're doing for her, but why don't we have the curators look for the information instead? Meantime, we can concentrate on getting some of the other fishers on your side. I tried that before, but they weren't interested in any of my ideas. Can you blame them? They're not culinarians or Terugians. They're fishers. I think they'd be a lot easier to persuade if you prove you're worthy of being their leader. Perhaps you could try catching something they've never seen before, like a calico trout. That'd impress them. That's not my work. Now all we need to do is locate and catch one of the most elusive fish in the history of our art. It's no easy feat, that much is certain. And to make matters worse, the last known sighting of calico trout was in Ilmeg, which until now I have gone to great lengths to avoid. Perhaps you could come with me? Since you seem to be on good terms with at least one pixie, they may decide to leave us alone long enough for us to hook our prey. Pixies, rather you than me, anyway. Once I've asked the careers to lend us a hand with these books, I'll keep an eye on things at the Mean. Someone's got to take care of the place while you're away. helps if I'm actually at the right points on the keyboard. This was a lot more pleasant than I was expecting. I haven't been accosted by one pixie thus far. You don't think they'd play any mean tricks on us, do you? It's all the same to you. I'd like to catch that fish as soon as possible and get back to the Crystarium. I'm being able to get this done more quickly if we make it into a friendly competition. First one to deliver a calico trout to Lob is the winner. Now, here's where the patience comes in. Well, I got it on the first try. Was using fruit worms as bait. If anyone was curious, so. And caught right in front of Frithrik. Didn't have to go nowhere. So, follow quest markers and use first fruit worms is the advice I got. So how did it go? As I live and breathe, it's magnificent. Lob, I caught one too. Of course, I expect nothing less from the head of the Facet of Fishing. Anyone who doubted you will be put firmly in their place when they see what you've caught. I'll be right. If all goes according to plan, we'll be able to get a few of the younger members to go after rarer species in your stead. And yes, and that'll give me more time to help here with giving assignments and seeing to deliveries. In turn, will make it easier for you to show your face down at the source a bit more often. Everyone's cronies will find it a lot harder to ignore you that way. Once they see you're taking care of the day-to-day running the Facet of Fishing, they're more likely to lend you an ear, and maybe even a hand. For all that, there's a certain young lady in need of help. Maybe the curious have dug up that information we were after? Goodness me, I have to admit that it all slipped my mind. I'm lucky I have you to remind me. I'll get to the Cabinet of Curiosity, but we'll send word if there's anything that requires your assistance. I shall see you anon. Found a cure, well, potential cure anyway. As you may recall, Lob told us of a young lady suffering from a prolonged bout of jaundice with frequent spells of dizziness. Although we have made an earnest attempt to retrieve the necessary information from the Cabinet of Curiosity, it was when we asked the curious for help that we finally struck gold. It seems that the key to overcoming such symptoms lies in the nutrition-rich fat reserves of certain fish, particularly those that expend extended periods out of water. Now, if you think that species like that would be incredibly hard to find, you'd be right. The tomes tell of the amber monkfish, which lurks beneath the sands of Amarang, around the hills of Amber, seeing what little moisture it can find. Fishing in the desert sounds like a rather daunting task, but I assume you're up to the challenge. I knew I could count on you. The illustrations in the book are anything to go by. There are ugly little blighters we should probably try to catch as many as possible, though. Oh, and watch your fingers.